All right, we're here in beautiful Northbrook, Illinois, and the sun is setting, and it's February 26th, 2026. Uh, two, it's the February 26th, 2026. Yeah, we're outside of the Techney Prairie Activity Center. Looks like some sort of rec center, recreation center type of thing. And but what we're really here for is to find that skill space that is near the skate park. Well, the skate park is right across the street here. And but speaking of the rec center might be a good place to get some skills in. Might have to rent a room. Don't know about that kind of stuff yet. We'll be looking forward to that in the future as we explore a number of different types of skill space possibilities. One of them would be near the skate parks. That's what we have been doing. The other ones could be something that's more based closer like to a downtown area where there's more people. Another version could be indoor spaces. Another version could be just very good places that are not near a skate park. So they would be great skill spaces that are just good for a number of reasons, and we're excluding the fact that they're just not near skate parks. So there's a number of those that we will find as we continue our search for the skill spaces of America and beyond. And yeah, it's always interesting. This will be an interesting journey just as we continue doing this, because as we see is that it is difficult sometimes to find that space, find good spaces for solo practice even, but especially meeting people or finding an area for people to meet. And we don't really have this type of skill space are not built into the landscape in the way that skate parks are. It looks like it says that this facility is closed. But as you can see right here, right outside of the skate park, right here, it's on a slope. So we're finding this to be the case. It looks like there's a lot of slopes that are near skate parks. But but this might be a spot right here. This has some of the qualities. It's definitely near the skate park. But the sloping aspect of it always is difficult. It's the footing, really. And it means that if you were doing different things, one person would have to be kind of higher up, and the other person's not so much. Over here is not so good, as you can see, but they have a nice baseball hitting batting cages. Get your batting cages here. And as you... yeah, this is locked up. It's all locked up. But here's a view of the skate park. If you haven't seen it before. In fact, I don't think I've been inside myself. So they got it locked up for the season, possibly. Here's your rules and regulations. Well, you could go over here first. You got an emergency defibrillator, video cameras in use, no scooters, no smoking, no guns, no weapons, no bikes pursuant to these laws and rules. So no bikes, no scooters. Welcome to the skate park for Northbrook Park District. Skateboards and inline skates only. Inline skates and skateboards only. It's important to always keep to know about those things. Caution: inline skating and skateboarding are high-risk activities. Skate at your own risk. This facility is not supervised. Call 911 in case of emergency. For the safety and comfort of park users, respect the other skaters. We've seen that in other locations. That also means watching the flow of the activity, and for us it means not being in the skate park but near it, because we're not going to be in the way of other skateboarders in the way of skateboarders. Respect other skaters. Protective gear is required: helmets, elbow and knee pads and wrist guards. So they got that right there. A little bit unusual, but that's what it says right there. Protective gear is required. Helmets, elbow and knee pads, wrist guards. Children under the age of 12 must be accompanied by an adult. Only authorized instructors are allowed to conduct lessons. We saw that before. Report unsafe conditions to the park district. There's the number. Seek shelter immediately if lightning is detected. So they've covered a lot of things that we've seen before, but I feel like they've done it pretty succinctly. The following are prohibited: no bicycles, no scooters, or other wheeled or sliding devices. All right. No alcohol, no smoking, no drugs, no swearing, no abusive behavior. Okay. Glass objects and containers. None of those. Personal ramps. No personal ramps. No personal ramps, no boxes, and no other devices, other types of ramps and things. No tagging, no graffiti, and no stickers. People on skating surface who are not skating. So if you're not skating, shouldn't be there. Pets are not allowed inside the skate park. Facility use there's no pets in the skate park, and no facility use when it's wet or damaged. So if there's damage or if it's wet, it's not permitted to use. Hours, weather permitting, are April 1st and November 30th. Sunrise to 10 p.m. And then after December 1st, sunrise to sunset. So the skate park will close after the first snowfall, the first seasonal snowfall. And the park district may close this facility for maintenance, inclement weather, or a violation of the rules. Park is closed when park district classes and camp are in session. For more skate park updates, visit nbparks.org, northbrookparks.org. So that's a lot of information and a lot of rules and regulations. They've got this kind of like lower to the ground, which is kind of interesting. Okay, let's see. So what else do we have here that are possible spaces? Here you can get another view of the skate park. So you can just get a sense of what they have here. And yes, it does look like it's relatively free of the items that they don't want here. So good. Looks like a nice park. Probably get another view at some point. Here's another view of the batting cages. And you got a pop machine over there. Batting cages, you got your field, baseball field, softball field. Here, is this a spot? Perhaps if you and like two friends come out. Actually, looking over here, if you stay on one side or the other here, this could be something. I think even over here, it'd be interesting. If there's a game going on, people are sitting there, probably do not want to be in the way of viewing it. But right here, I mean, this is decent. If it looks like this is a lower kind of pitch, so it might get more damp over here. This is how we manage our water. So when it rains a lot, we have landscaping, and the landscaping allows us to manage the water so that the water moves off of the surface and into drains like that, etc. So if this is dry, this might actually be a decent area. That area over here, I mean, these are like little possibilities. Like if you came out here and you're juggling like 3, 4, 5 balls, you're doing some yo-yos and stuff, you know, some small stuff. So I would consider this like a space for some small kind of stuff, and with not a lot of people. You know, you and a friend or two, and you do some yo-yo, you're doing some kendama over here. You know, it's a possibility. Again, these areas aren't really like set up for skill space though, so kind of like, you know, keep that in mind. And always remember, there's gonna be tons of places, but I'll be repeating it over and over again. But the idea here is that if we are able to situate the skill spaces near the skate parks are already sort of places where, you know, we sort of can consider skateboarding to be like a flow art. Some people are talking about that already, and So by situating like a kendama, a little kendama group over here, or some juggling, or etc., now you got this, like, you got a little bit of interplay, and the skateboarders might be interested in the kendama, and and maybe some of the jugglers are like, hey, you don't want to try skateboarding. So you get a little bit more of a mix, which is good, I think, for everyone, and that's how we'll, develop. Over here you got like a huge soccer training facility. As you can see, it looks like they have, I don't know how many different fields. Maybe they have space for like 4 fields over here. I'm not sure. But so here's a spot, and here, this is interesting over here on this side. A little bit more of like a pitch. Not so much. It's okay. You can tell that maybe some people have already like done, been walking around here a little bit, possibly. So I mean, this might be a spot. It is visible. You get a good view of the area. So this is nice. Again, for like 2, 3, 4 jugglers come out and just like put out a blanket, do some practicing. And this is interesting too, because you get like a really nice view. This might even be a nicer view. You definitely got the skate park nearby, right over there. And also, it's possible, we haven't really established this as a fact yet, but it looks like it's pretty possible that our beloved Enrico Restelli, our beloved Enrico Restelli, the Italian juggler, he may have been in the 1920s or so. He might have been instrumental in popularizing soccer around the world. We don't have all the evidence in on that, but it is possible. There's footage of him playing soccer, doing skills with the soccer ball that were definitely unusual at the time, such as using his head, using the back of his neck, being able to, I think he does a flip with it. So he was pushing that, but also he was also doing, he was wearing, he had studied with the Japanese jugglers, and from them he kind of did a alteration on his performance attire, which saw him wearing sort of like a silky kimono-like performance costume. And as you know, that is pretty similar to the athletic wear of soccer players to this day. And his career was right around the time that FIFA was getting together. So there's a possibility that, and when soccer players, when football players are kicking the ball to themselves, they do those practices where they call it juggling. So it's like even shares the same word, and there's like a direct connection with Enrico Restelli. So it'd be nice to have like a little skill space up here, and then you just happen to be doing some juggling near people who are also doing some juggling in a more organized way with the game of football, soccer. I think we had talked about, being like over here, this patch, like getting close to the playground, probably not so much. Let's leave the playground space to the people who are, the families and the kids and stuff. And I don't know. I think that's more or less like if you give like a quick, doing like a quick one, trying to make it quick anyway. Let's just kind of get on over here. This is where there's a golf course back here. So here it says Annisburger Golf Course. So this is the field house for the golf course if you want to play golf when it's nicer in the year and it's actually open. It's probably closed right now. But I was interested in this spot here, this kind of lawn over here, and I'm wondering, this is the kind of thing where you probably would want to talk to those running the space over here about this. But this is pretty nice, huh? I like this a lot. Yeah.